Hello there everyone, this is Seb and I would like to welcome you to another Let's Play. So let's start up the old NES and let's get started with this mountain being struck by lightning and then exploding for some reason. This reason is that there is an evil boss living in there and he is now free. So what do? Send out the army to kill his ass. There we go. Sup man? Well, that could have gone better, I guess. Well, plan B. Send out some pamphlets, hero for hire and such, and find some people to do the dirty work for you. If you wait on the title screen of Little Samson, which is obviously the game we're gonna play, you actually get introduced to the characters as they receive their message. There we go. The first one is for Little Samson, the title character of the game, being invited to some party on the castle, and he's all too quickly to go to that, of course, being the young fellow that he is. And the second character would be Akhira the dragon, being invited for some dinner, and she's all for dinner. She is a hungry dragon, and yes, she is a she, according to the English manual at least. Third on the party roster is Gam the golem, who is going for a nice unveiling of a statue in his honor. Or maybe they just decide to pose him. I don't know. And finally, we have the enchanted beast. And yeah, the king is kinda gonna be disappointed with that. I mean, when you send a letter to the enchanted beast, you at least expect, you know, something like a lion or something. But no, you get a mouse. KO the mouse. But he does kick ass. Anyway, let's start. Well, we don't have a password yet, but good thing about these passwords is that they are only 4 characters long. Way to go, Taito, that is how it's done. But yeah, we're gonna just start and we go play on normal, which extends the game slightly, giving you the proper ending. Anyway, this is a kind of a Mega Man thing. You can choose your stage. Who are you going to bring to the castle first? Well, let's go from the top because it doesn't really matter. And let's first introduce you guys to Little Samson, or as the Japanese like to call him, Lickle, which is admittedly one of the more silly names Japan has come up with. But yeah, Samson can duck, which is handy to avoid some shots. He can shoot some bells, which make a bit of an obnoxious sound, but oh well, we'll deal with it. He can shoot 3 in a row. If you use a turbo controller, you shoot them out really fast. But we're not gonna do anything cheap like that. He can also scale walls, which is pretty cool. And we're gonna leave that first blue guy. It's his birthday, so you know you gotta give him some slack. It's not your birthday though, so you can just die. You can die. Everyone. Ow! Why did I do that? That was. Oh well. Don't have your brain play on autopilot. That's just no good and just gets you killed. But yeah, Little Samson also has a really funky jump. I mean, look at that. Why in the world would you jump and spin around like that? That's just silly. Ah, and he got away. Well, actually, we can make him respawn, I think. The game is pretty good about enemy memory. I think it doesn't respawn now, right? Yep, see? It's pretty good like that with its... Ah. The thing I just picked up was a life extension. So if you look at the life bar, which by the way is also... well, taken pretty much straight out of Mega Man. But yeah, it's now slightly bigger. One of those power-ups adds, I think, 2 health slots to the bar. Well, not just think, I know. Oh, die. Ah, could have dropped a bit of health there, mister, but oh well. And different characters have different amount of health, and Little Samson actually has, next to Golem, the most health. Golem has the most, Gam the golem. Being from stone and all, he's quite resilient to damage, of course. Problem with Little Samson is that his shots they aren't the most powerful in the world. And also your thumb will be very much bleeding at the end of a boss fight when you use him for it. Because you need to mash the B button like mad. Because, you know, it's so weak. I said that the game has good memory on enemies, but if you kill one of those 3 in a row and then come back, they still remain. Huh, I thought you could actually despawn them. Yeah, there you go. Sometimes they despawn like that, but otherwise the game is pretty good with enemy memory. Anyway, Samson is at the party, so he's all happy. And now it's time to bring Akhira over to dinner. And yeah, these excuses why they are coming, it's totally made up. I don't know. The names are not made up. The manual actually states this is Akhira and that she was a princess. And because she was such a stuck-up bitch, you know, typical princessy syndrome, she got turned into a dragon. I can think of worse punishments. You know, turn her into a skunk or something. Now that'll teach her being all stuck up. I mean, it never makes sense to turn someone you don't like into something that's more powerful than you. Just saying. And a nice little health up for her. Her problem is that her life bar isn't the biggest. Although she's getting quite a few health ups here, so that's nice. But she's otherwise very mobile. As you can see, she can glide in the air for a bit. Until she actually drops down. That was the game dropping her down, not me letting go of the A button. So that's pretty handy. Also to avoid shots. She is probably the best to use with most of the bosses. And another trick up her sleeves is that when you hold B, you can actually charge her fire breath and kill multiple enemies at once, or get rid of... Wow, now I've got only one slice of health left here. That's no good. Here's a potion. Potions refill your life if you use them. On the start menu, there you go. But we're not gonna use it yet. I'd like to save it because I knew that heart was there. And that's an extra life, which is always swell, of course. Can always use some extra lives. Hopefully I won't need too many, but we'll see about that. The game does have some spots that give me some trouble. But anyway, Akhira is at dinner, so she's all a happy camper, and now it's time for Calm the Golem, so let's go. Now, his background is that he used to be a thief, and for punishment, some wizard douchebag turned him into what he is today. Now, I must admit that the wizard does have a sense of humor. I mean, from a nimble thief to a slow-moving golem. But again, why would you turn something into something really powerful? But apparently it was done by drinking a potion or something. The manual is kind of weird like that. It doesn't make much sense. But yeah, he's very slow, but he has the most amount of health, and he can walk on spike. Get any other character on these things, they die. But his jump sucks. His reach is limited, although it's not too bad. It's like half the screen, so that's fairly good. But yeah, he's because he's so slow, he's not my favorite character to play it. Wow, another life up. We're getting pretty lucky with the amount of health ups we're getting here. Okay, let's go. But yeah, Gum is okay. He's also very good with bosses because he can just short range them to death without much concern of his life, unless you touch the bosses. Wow, and a potion, doing really well with the pickups here. And he can also worth noting of course, is attack in 4 directions. He's the only character can do that. Although Akhira shots do arc up a bit, so you know that can also be handy, although it can also be a real pain in the ass when enemies just manage to miss those. Anyway, Gum is at the castle, so it's time to bring our final character to the castle. KO the mouse, or as Luke Morse 1 like to call him, Ko, which might be the correct way to pronounce his name. I don't know. Seeing that Luke has the Japanese version, that could very well be the case. I'm not sure if actually the backgrounds of all the characters has changed in localization. Probably. Anyway, KO or Ko or whatever, the mousey here, he's the fastest character, can also scale walls, lays bombs for attacks, and these bombs are a bit hard to get a hit in with. But they do by far the most damage, even more than the golem. So he has his uses, but I find the hardest to use. But he is fun to use at least. But yeah, what makes him very hard to use is, well, look at his life bar. He already got a life up, mind you. These guys you want to bring to your level. Otherwise that thing that sprouts from them when they split, it will kill you. Although not in one hit. I think it only takes like half a... not half, I mean 1 bar of life. And that's the thing with this game. If you get hit, make sure you get hit by a projectile. Hurting the enemies hurts a ton. While the projectiles, not so much. Anyway, KO is at the castle. And we're complete. The group is complete. The king is happy and he hands us the holy bell of whatever. And everyone goes in there. Except Akhira, because she's all sour. It was supposed to be dinner, damn it. Being the princess as she is a bit nasty like that. She has a bit of a temper. She flies around and her gimmick is that she shoots as soon as you shoot. Ow. So you want to time this a bit with your shots. I want to do this a bit proper. Even though I get hit left and right. And there's one more attack she can do, so let's see if she can actually... Ah, there it is. She can also charge her shot. If you jump over that and pelt her right away and don't get hit like an idiot like me, wow, I'm doing pretty terrible. But yeah, if you jump right over that attack, can you please go to the other side and stand there, please, Akhira? That would be nice, much appreciated. Not there, further along, because I cannot get hit anymore because I've been playing like a dumbass. But yeah, if you jump over her, there we go. Now you can pelt her. If you jump over her charging attack, you can actually stun lock her like so as well. But yeah, if there's enough distance, then her attacks arc up and can't hit you. But you can also duke it out in short range and you will win. But because I got hit showing off her attacks, I couldn't do that anymore. That was pretty terrible, I must admit. But oh well. The group is complete, so now we get to the next. Did I skip a cutscene actually? I think I did. Well, that was a basic scene that shows Akhira going into the bell as well. Oh well, I'll see if I can splice it in there. Anyway, now that we have all 4 characters, we can actually select them at will and summon them out of the pokebell, I guess. For this first section, I like to get out Golem, because he can one-hit these suckers. Ooh, another life up, don't mind if I do. The other characters cannot, except for KO the mouse, but yeah, it's kinda hard. Also worth noting, I didn't go over the backstory for KO the mouse, but he's actually the wizard who turned Gam into what he is now. why he would turn himself into a mouse. Oh yeah, these guys. You really want to get rid of those red nasty bastards. That's why I want to use Golem, because he can one-shot those as well. Like so. Other guys like Samson, he has a pretty hard time with these guys. So Golem is really the preferred character in this first section of this temple area. I don't know. Okay, that works. But yeah, KO apparently also drank a potion and got turned into the enchanted beast. Still think that's a bit of a weird name, but whatever. Ooh, next to life, don't mind if I do. We're doing pretty good in lives as well. Spikes are not instant death, however, they do hurt a ton. I think they hurt like 4 bars of life, so, you know, for KO it's pretty much always instant death. These flowers shoot. They are nasty. Although you can hit their shots as well, but you know, when you're at an arc like this or an angle, then it's pretty hard to avoid. And they take 3 shots from Samson, which is kind of bad. Come on! That was pretty pathetic again, but oh well, there's some life up. Again, the Golem, he will just one-shot these guys, no problem. But Samson, he needs 3 shots. Anyone hurt? No one's hurt. This is a kind of bad thing. Like, I didn't change anyone out, but if I press start again, music starts over. I don't know, it's something that really bugs me. I like to just run past here because those bees suck. I don't like them. I don't like the bees. And for this little section we need the mouse. And we change to Lickle or Samson or whatever. That's really the Japanese letters here. I think in the Japanese version it's just Lickle, Dragon, Golem, Mouse. Very simple. Anyway, let's go over here and meet our first boss. Awesome. Finally boss time, and listen to this boss music. Love it, love it. It's very simple, not menacing. Yeah, mouse can actually do some damage to this guy. Like so. He can really make some short work of him. But anyway, let's change out the mouse now, because now the real boss shows up. Like a Cyclops kind of thing. Ow. And look how much damage that does. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, can't get hit anymore. Well, let's just use a potion. I'm pretty sure we'll find another one. That's the way to actually do it. Also worth noting, this shot, you can actually shoot that. And it'll turn into 2, so it's best to leave those balls unhurt, because they're much easier to dodge as one. Although I still got hurt by him. Another attack he does that he did once this time around is jump, and that will stun you a bit if you're on the floor. You know, it's all very much Mega Man inspired like that. Anyway guys, I think this is a good part to drop off for the first little video here. Gave you a bit of an introduction to the game. I hope you enjoyed it. And join me next time as we venture onwards to the next part. Also, by the way, this first boss, there is a trick you can do which I will show off later. So if you want to see that, then keep on watching. Till next time guys, take care, see ya later.